In just 30 minutes, polls across Texas will close in the March primaries. And as your election headquarters, KHOU 11 is ready to bring you up-to-the-minute results all night long.
But first, we got some breaking election news from up in Dallas County. A district judge ordering polling locations there to stay open until 9 o'clock tonight. It's due to what the judge said was, quote, mass confusion to where people could go vote. Both James Tallarico, the Democrat, and the other Democrat, Jasmine Crockett, claimed voters were being turned away because Dallas County switched to precinct-specific voting locations. Again, Dallas County voting will stay open an extra 2 hours until 9 p.m. tonight. KHOU political expert Brandon Rottinghouse joining us now in the newsroom with more on how this is going to impact everything.
Things are going to slow down. We won't see results for a little bit later. This was supposed to be a tight race anyway, and so for sure we're going to see, I think, a pretty late night.
When was this discovered?
Well, we've known about it for a while because the way the county voting works has been organized for quite some time, but it's a shift in terms of how they normally do things. Counties are allowed to have countywide polling, but it has to be essentially both parties turning their key at the same time. You had the parties balk, and so they chose to go back to the precinct level voting, which means that now voters have to vote at the precinct they're registered in instead of at any location they want countywide.
And what could be the effect down the road? Could there be some legal challenges to all these votes that come in after 7 p.m. up in Dallas County?
It's very possible. We could see additional litigation on this. It depends a bit on who's doing that. We certainly have seen the Attorney General's office use these as pretext to be able to talk about how there's this voting fraud issue. So it's very likely we're going to see some political fray on this, perhaps some litigation.
Now, look, these are both candidates complaining that voters are being turned away at the voting precincts. Does one candidate benefit over the other because of this now?
Yeah, it's a good question. Because it's happening in Williamson County as well, this is sort of James Tallarico's hometown, it's definitely going to hurt him there. Jasmine Crockett, I think, is the one who probably stands to lose the most here because Dallas County is her hub. That's where she needs to get a significant number of votes. It's where she's most well known. It's where she spent the most money and time. So that's going to be, I think, a real hurt for her.
A very big story here, though. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this.
It's messy, and you know, the process of voting and the administrating voting obviously is done by humans, and that means that you're going to have these kinds of mistakes. It all comes down to education. What the problem is that counties don't do a great job of telling voters and informing them where they're supposed to vote. The most fundamental thing on the most important day has to be done well, and a lot of counties don't do it well.
Yeah, and that can be frustrating. Thank you so much, Brandon Rottinghouse. We look forward to more of your insight throughout the evening.